James Thomas. I'm here with Guy Pearce and Alex Carey on a brand new series, A Spy Among Friends, coming to MGM Plus. And I want to ask Guy, tell us about your character in this, man. I like spy movies.
Well, this is a very complex man. This is someone who on the surface seems very charming, very easy to get along with, affable and very bright and warm and funny. And of course is living the life of a spy, which means that there's a great skill in there and a great intelligence, but a great skill to keep things hidden and say one thing and mean something else. And then, of course, there's the extra layer that he's actually a double agent and he's spying for Russia at the same time. So I wouldn't be able to claim to really understand this man and what that takes, but I would say a very complex psychology going on.
Speaking of talent, Alex, you had to read the novel and had to say, I can make a series out of this. This is going to be fun. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, these are amazing characters, and the idea of a 23-year friendship, which is also a betrayal, where I think the larger question of can both things be true is just fascinating fodder for drama. So I was thrilled to do it. I was intimidated because I love the book, and I also know a little bit about the history. So. It felt like I was moving into rarefied air, and then we cast it with Guy and Damien and Anna and Stephen Kunken and many others, and get a great director. And suddenly I realized that I've actually made quite a good bed for myself, I think. We just had to get, the idea of it, the whole notion of it was to stay true to the theme of friendship in all the storytelling, but in also how we made it. I worry that that I'll never be able to have an experience as good as this again, because it really was a group of friends making something that I think that they believed in, that we all believed in, and we had a lot of laughs doing it. I mean, all the way through the crew, it was like that.
Talk about that, Guy. You get the smile on your face.
Oh, look, it was just, it's not that we were playing pranks or doing anything extreme, but there was a really great sense of camaraderie. And I think because we were all so inspired by such a great script and by such a fascinating story, there's a tingle that sort of goes through the air every day. You're making something special, you're making something good. And Nick's, our director's, got a great, fantastic, buoyant energy on set, so he keeps things really quite lively and never becomes dour and slow, etc. So it was a great experience, really great experience, and it was a long experience. I mean, it was 6 months, wasn't it? I think something.
Yeah,
like
I'll
that.
tell you, it was 93 days shooting, and remarkably for such a complicated story and a challenging script. I think we had 3 or 4 minutes of overtime in 93 days of shooting, which just tells you how first of all, how good everybody was, but how decisive and efficient this director was.
Yeah.
I want to be like you, Alex, with the director and make sure I can make my business the same way, precise and quick. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend. I really appreciate it. And Guy, one last thing, still my favorite, LA Confidential. Sorry.
Thank you, James.
I'm right there with you.
Thank you, mate.